Now, the Gauteng Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee has placed safety and legal compliance at the center of its operations as initiation schools across the province officially kick off. Just over 100 initiation schools have been granted approval to operate during the winter season, including 15 schools for female initiates. Scara Mafokoane joins us from one of those initiation schools in Soshanguve in Tshwane now then. Scara, why don't you just share just some of the details here as well? Just a very interesting drive, but of course safety being a key premise.
Indeed, Arabile, good morning to you and good morning to our viewers. This is the sacred passage to adulthood that we'll be witnessing yet again this year. The launch happened on the 31st of March in Bloemfontein by the Kokta Minister Vilinkosini Tlhabisa. Where we are, Arabile, I'm going to step out of shot. You may not see clearly, but this is one of the initiation schools, and we're told that we can't go closer as those initiates they'll be welcoming those initiates in a short while. So behind those bushes, there is that initiation school, and we are not allowed to show the initiates when they come today for that for the start of the 3-week period. But however, when the 3-week period has lapsed and they've graduated, it's then that we can speak to them and see them. We're told here in Gauteng, 127 schools have been approved by the Gauteng Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee, and that links to my guest who I bring in, Tate Kiba Kekana, who is the spokesperson for the Gauteng PICC. Tate Kiba, thank you very much for your time. 127 schools that have been approved here in Gauteng, both for female and males. Tell us about the readiness of this initiation schools in terms of the one now that they're starting today.
Thank you very much, Tate Mafokoane, and good morning as well to the viewers of News Africa. Indeed, we are ready as the province of Gauteng, as the Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee. Let me first start off by saying this structure is a structure that has been set up by the Premier of Gauteng in line with the Customary Initiation Act of 2021. And this structure, comprises of, it's an interdepartmental approach, but it also includes key stakeholders like the National House of Traditional Leaders. We've got 4 members coming from that end. We've got also, the recognized traditional leaders in Gauteng. We've got the Department of Health. We've got Social Development. We've got Education. We've got Community Safety. And we also have the Traditional Health Practitioners Council represented. And we also, have, over and above that, we've got community members that have constituted themselves, supporting us as the monitoring committees in the various locales. So with all of these partnerships, collaborative effort, we must say we are ready. 127 approved out of 159, meaning that there are 32 that were not approved. In this number, 112 is for male, 15 is for female initiates.
Tell me about those ones which did not make it to the list or being approved. What, or rather about the criteria used to approve these schools, because at the forefront would be the safety of these initiates.
Yes, our primary mandate is to make sure that we save lives. That is why when the minister launched, this winter season, he said, Mabaye ba phila, babuye ba phila. I think that is very important. That is our primary focus, because this is a sacred cultural, practice. It has been practiced over centuries, and it's something that we as Africans, I think, we own, and it's something that we need to protect, so that the traditional institution is protected, and everybody has got confidence that their kids can go through this process as children. Who come out of this, as responsible adults, because that is the aim of, getting people to go through this cultural practice. So we want to protect it at all costs. That is why the first thing that we do in the application, we say, children who go through this they are also protected by the Children's Act, which indicates very clearly that there are no children that are under the age of 16 that must, be taken to initiation schools. And those that qualify to go to initiation school, they must have a consent of the parents to say, I indeed consent, or this my child will go through this initiation practice. Those that are over the age must also sign a consent form. Of importance also, just to chip in there, Scara, is that there is medical screening. That is important. Medical screening means a child must go through our health facilities. And through that process, they must say this child is fit, to undertake this process. If a child has got chronic illnesses such as asthma or any other diabetic child, they must carry their medication into those facilities. And our medical health practitioners must also, together with the PICC, when you do monitoring, must check on whether these kids are still in a very good condition.
It was, you actually, essentially answered what I was going to ask. The minister also pointing out last month that part of the problem is that parents do not declare the comorbidities of their children, and which leads to a problem when they come here, because those overseeing the process here might not know what the child is suffering from.
Indeed, but there are also parents who are naughty, I must say, put it that way. Their children have a problem as addicts of nyaupe and other forms of drugs. And they think in themselves that they can take kids into this sacred cultural initiation, thinking they'll be fine. This happens mainly in illegal schools. Because those that are running legal schools, they've been trained, they've got the necessary experience, they're over the age of 40, they've been in this space for over 10 years. They know their game. They've been screened also, generally speaking, by the PICC through its other components, health and so forth. So they know, because they are the custodians of this culture. They know what this means. So we are saying to parents, they must not be duped to say they can bring their kids who are addicts and they'll come out okay. This is not a rehabilitation center. This is part of our broader education system, where we instill values in our children to become responsible adults, leaders of society.
Tatekiba Kekana, thank you very much for your time. He speaks on behalf of the Gauteng Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee. And as you heard, they are ready. In a short while, Arabile, some initiates will be arriving here. We cannot show you those images like we said, but later on we will be speaking to the school principal for this initiation house. That will happen in a short while to come, Arabile.